Isometric training. I've been doing a lot of reading on isometrics because of Josh Bryant and a lot of the stuff that he incorporates with his training, which led me to read some more about it. There's a section in Super Training about isometrics that is actually a lot easier to comprehend after learning from Josh Bryant and a lot of stuff he posts about isometric training and how he uses it. If I were to explain, like in a nutshell, my training from Friday night. So Friday night, I found a challenging triple close grip, which is a different grip, so it's slightly off. It's a variation. It's a deviation from my regular bench. So do a close grip. I worked up to a challenging but not maximal triple. From there, I took 80% of that, so that would be a sub maximal weight based off of that near maximal weight I did for a triple. So that weight was 295. So I did 295 for near maximal triple. I took 80% of that, which was 235. And then now we're going to work in the range of 8 sets of 3. Uh, you generally want to stay in that 3 rep range and work for 6, 7, 8 sets when you're trying to work with submaximal weight and work on explosive power, compensatory acceleration, pushing through the lift, just being explosive as possible. Before every set, I set in the pins in the rack. I set the pins to just below what normal lockout would be, and I would press maximally for 6 seconds as hard as I could, like I was trying to break the pins off, and then I would immediately go over and do 3 reps, paused, explosive as possible, like I was trying to put the bar through the ceiling. 3 reps of that. If I had to kind of explain the reason why we did the isometrics first, based on what I've read. So basically, if you were to have dispatch call in for a traffic stop, what are they going to send? 1 cop, 2 cops? They're going to send as many officers as needed to deal with that particular problem. It's just a traffic stop. They don't need to send 10 officers. So it's a traffic stop. They're going to send a couple officers. You're doing submaximal weight. Your body's going to send as much help as is necessary to do that weight. You know, it's going to protect itself. It's not going to blow tendons off the bones. It's not going to put itself into a fight or flight situation to where it's like, we need to send everything to move this weight. No, your body's going to protect itself. It's going to use as much as it needs to get the job done. What the isometrics does, think of that as compared to you call dispatch and you say officer down. What are they going to do? They're going to send everybody. They're going to send everybody in the police force. They're going to send paramedics. They're going to fight. They're sending everybody to an officer down. Same thing as this. We're tricking the body into thinking that this is like a fight or flight situation. We need to send everything. So we're pressing as maximally as possible into a given range. You can do it from just off the chest. You can do it from midway, anywhere you want. It depends on your personal sticking points and stuff like that. Doing those isometric presses build strength within 15 degrees either above or below, so you have that range there where you're still building strength. It isn't necessarily just building strength in that one specific point you're pressing into. It builds strength 15 degrees above and below that area, so you're actually still training a pretty big chunk of your bench press. So when you're pressing maximally, you're giving everything you have. You're telling your body, okay, send everything. Like everything needs to go. Just like if you're on dispatch, you're like officer down, send everybody. So you're priming your body to send everything. So you'll do that isometric press into the pen for 6 seconds, hard as you can, and then you're going to immediately go over to that submaximal weight, which for me was 235, and do 3 triples as explosively as possible. And you've already primed your body to think like send everybody. So instead of just doing the limited amount of work necessary to move that 270 or that 235 submaximal weight, now you prime the body, send everything. So you've tricked the body into being as explosive as possible, and you're teaching your body to move that weight with as much force as possible. And this is what you need to do in all aspects of lifting. You need to be as forceful as possible every time, because you only have so much time to strain. You have only so much time to make a lift before your body stops. So if you can only strain for 3 seconds. It doesn't matter if you're a 500-pound bencher. If you're straining for more than 3 seconds, you're not going to bench 500 pounds. You've reached your limit of how long that you can strain. 3 seconds was just a number thrown out there. It's not everybody has 3 seconds to strain. Everybody has different different lengths of time that they can strain for. Some people are very explosive lifters, and as soon as they get that initial surge, they can't grind, they can't strain. And there's other people who could do a lift for 15 seconds, like they have grind for days. So everybody is different. So basically, in a nutshell, the training I did on Friday, isometrics. We're tricking the body to send everything, and then we're moving directly over to a submaximal weight and doing 3 explosive reps, teaching the body to put everything, be as explosive as possible, be as forceful as possible. But you kind of, when it comes to your heavier weights, let's say that you are going to squat 600 pounds. You're a raw squatter, you're going to squat 600 pounds. If you put 600 pounds of force into that bar, the bar doesn't move. It just is enough force to keep it still, stationary. You need to input more than 600 pounds. So if you're someone who squatted 600 pounds, you didn't put 600 pounds of force into that bar. You put above and beyond, because 600 pounds of force is just going to keep that bar where it's at. You need to create more force than what's on the bar, and you need to learn to do that in your training with submaximal weights. So Friday night training with isometrics, that was really fun. I'm looking very much forward to doing more work with isometrics in my training, varying different degrees, and it was influenced heavily by the stuff that Josh Bryant writes and what I also read in Super Training.